Hi children, happy afternoon. Valga Valamudan. Today, the 8th grade students, you going to learn the biotic and abiotic. In the previous lesson, we saw that biotic and abiotic factors frames the natural resources. We saw, yes, no, that biotic and abiotic factors only we going to see detail in this lesson. Land, soil, water, these are abiotic factors. Natural vegetation and wildlife that are come in the biotic factors. Today the session is for you land, that is only abiotic factors. Land, soil, water. Yes, okay children. Before we go, children, you say in lot of countries or many countries, if you compare two countries, one country is more developed than the another one or the other. Why? Why it has happened like this? What is the reason? And also, even in the same country, some parts are more prosperous and some parts are arid. What is the reason? Yes, because of the natural resources. The natural resources is the basic reason for the economical development of a country. If a country want to develop more, they want to use their natural resources in a careful way. That utilization and techniques of the natural resources is also the major reason for the country's development. Children, that natural resources are not distributed evenly on the earth. That's also one of the reasons for the development of a country. If some countries use their available more resources there, they use in a wise way. That's also the reasons. Yes, children, that renewable, all the natural resources are renewable resources. For that natural resources, we're going to see detailed way in this chapter. The first one is land. Land is the most important resources for us. By means, everything is happen in the land. Yes. Yes, land. Land is among the most important natural resources. It covers only 30% of the total area of Earth's surface, and all parts of this small percentage are not habitable. That means 70% water, 30% land that we know already. In that, 90% of people uses only 30% of the land. The remaining is sparsely populated or mostly uninhabitable. That means there is no population in that place. Why? Means due to harsh climatic conditions or it is inhospitalized facilities. That means there is no much facilities for human living. So that remaining 10% of people only living in the remaining areas. The uneven distribution of population in different parts of the world is mainly due to varied characteristics of land and climate. Then another reason, the rugged topography, steep slopes of the mountain, low-lying areas susceptible of water-logging, desert areas, thick forested areas are normally sparsely populated because that places are not have that much facilities or that place is not that much capable, able place for the humans living. Plains and river valleys offer suitable land for agriculture. Hence, these are the densely populated area. We know that the early humans at very first after they discovered the agriculture, they started to settle near the rivers area because the rivers help them to provide water for their use as well as for their agricultural purpose. So, in the olden days onwards, people comfortable to settle in the plain area and river valleys. Then land use. What are the purpose we use the land? That means we use the land for forest, mining, that means taking minerals, building houses, roads and setting up of industries. This is commonly termed as land use. And also, in that textbook, they given a small story for you. In that Mamba, they given a story of a girl, Mamba. Mamba is a tribal girl. How they are used the land? Yes, in that story, they saying Mamba's brother every day morning she taken his sheep to rearing. So for the grazing of cattle also we are using the land. Is common property of the land resources. How the common land resources become common property? How can we say? If you see, if you are you able to say the Himalayan mountain or a Terai forest or a private person's property? No. The forest area is come under the common property. Land can also be divided on the basis of private land and community land. That is called common property. Private land is owned by individual, whereas community land is owned by the community for common uses like collection of fodder, fruits, nuts or medicinal herbs. These community lands are also called common property resources. Then change in land use over time. Hey children, if you hear at very first in the starting of stage of earth, it is fully covered with forest. If we know the fact that 90% of earth is covered with the thick forest. But what happened now? The people after discovery of agriculture, early humans onwards today, they started to clear the forest and they use that lands for the farming. That means they clear forest and convert that land into farmlands. Then, and we know that maximum place in the cities are started, outskirts are started to residential area. And nowadays in the urban areas, they have started their industries outskirts of the cities or towns. That is, here they given people started encouraging. That means encouraging means personally. The common lands to build up commercial areas, housing complexes in the urban areas, and to expand the agricultural lands in the rural areas. Land degradation, landslides, soil erosion, desertification are the major threats to the environment because of the expansion of agriculture and constructional activities. Land degradation means what here? Land loses its quality. Okay, that's called the land degradation. We'll see in the next slide. These pictures are given in your textbook. That is, you compare that both pictures. Before how is the village now, and before an urban area, and now how it is facilitated. Yes, children, now conservation of land resources. We should conserve all the natural resources because it is very important for the future needs. That sustainable development we read, we do not compromise for the future use. For that purpose, we use the natural resources in wise way. And also, I told that very first that it is the basic reason for the economical development for a country. Growing population and their ever-growing demands has led to a large-scale destruction of forest cover and arable land, and has created a fear of losing this natural resource, especially for the wildlife. Therefore, the present rate of degradation of land resources must be checked. Afforestation, land reclamation, regulated use of chemical pesticides and fertilizers, and checks on overgrazing are some of the common methods used to conserve land. Overgrazing, that we should avoid overgraze in a small place for the more cattle, and avoid the pesticides, chemical fertilizers used in the farmland. Land reclamation and afforestation are also the method of conserve the land. Landslides is the natural disaster. Landslides here I am giving in the simple way. Landslides are simply defined as the mass movement of rock, debris or earth down a slope. They often take place in conjunction with earthquakes, floods and volcanoes. A prolonged spell of rainfall can cause heavy landslides that can block the flow of river for quite some time. The formation of river blocks can cause havoc to the settlement downstream on its bursting. In the hilly terrain, landslides have been a major and widely spread natural disaster that often strike life and property and occupy a position of major concern. Yes, children, mitigation techniques, that means we should avoid or stop these techniques. What and all? Hazard mapping locate areas prone to landslides. Hence, such areas can be avoided for building settlements. In the landslide areas, the prone areas, we should not build any buildings. Construction or retention wall to stop land from slipping. Then increase in the vegetation cover is an effective way to arrest landslides. The surface drainage control works are implemented to control the movement of landslide along with rainwater and spring flows. This is the mitigation techniques. Then now we want to see about the soil. Soil is the finest grainy substances formed on the earth, uppermost surface of the earth. That substance is called soil. The soil is partially on the horizontal way on the earth. If you see deep narrow in the vertical way, we will see the layers of the soil. The top layer of the soil we will say topsoil. And the second layer is we say that is subsoil. And then below the subsoil we can see the substratum, here weathered rock material, substratum or weathered rock material. Then the deep is parent rock. That parent rock is an unweathered substance we are saying. Here the topsoil with humus and vegetation. That humus means natural, that is wildlife and natural biotic factors after their life microorganisms turn into humus. That also mix with the top layer and make the soil very fertile. Then the second slide, in the next slide is factors of soil formation. Here they are given 5 important factors for the formation of soil. The first one is climate. The high temperature and rainfall is the major climatic reasons for the formation of soil. In the time of heat, the rocks are expanded, and in the time of cooling, it starts to split. This is the major reason for the formation of soil. Then time. 1 cubic centimeter of soil want to form on the earth, it takes more than hundreds of years. Parent rock. The subsoil or the top layer of the soil is have the basic qualities of the parent rock. For example, the sandy soil is formed from the sandstone, and the black soil is formed from the regur, a basalt, a volcanic rock. Then relief, the land regions such as valley, mountains area, rocks. This is relief. Then flora, fauna and microorganisms, also the major reason for the factors of for the soil formation. How means the flora and fauna, that means the that means the vegetation and the wildlife after their life. It's that also turn into as a soil, or it mixed with the soil because of the microorganism. This done by the microorganisms, that vegetation, natural vegetation and the wildlife turn into soil, or it is mixed with the soil and makes the soil very fertile. The next slide is degradation of soil. What does mean by degradation? Degradation means the soil lose its quality. That means it is unfit for any purpose, agriculture purpose or any other purpose. That is degradation. It lost its quality. First reason they are saying soil erosion. Soil erosion means what? That means soil erosion means the soil is replaced from a place, taken from a place and settled to the another place. That means it is replaced by the natural as well as the human activities, such as the rain, heavy rain washed away the top layer of the soil, or the strong winds blown away the top layer of the soil and deposited in some other places. That's called soil erosion. And depletion are the major threats to soil as a resource. Yes, children, till this we can in the slide. The next This we can see in the